If you have seen my previous video where I tried doing art touch on like, where's the sequel? Ignore that. The program crashed on my recording for once, so I just rage quit it for now. I'll finish that eventually. So here are my redesigns for Osana Najimi and Raibaru Fumetsu? Yeah, I think that's her last name. So, when I was making these designs, I decided I wanted to go for kind of like a contrast-ish thing with them. Raibaru's design is much more muted, and Osana's is much more bright, and you can't really see that right here, right now. I'm not sure I'm mentioning it. But it's being worked on. And for this design, I decided they're college students, because all the stuff that happens in that game, because it's made by a Greek, is really fucked up when they're high schoolers. But hey, they can be college students. And still kind of have a school environment. Technically, they're all over 18. And that's right, otherwise it doesn't make a whole lot of sense just if you go back and cover your ass. Yeah, it's really fucked up. But for these designs, I decided I want to go for more of like a fall semester vibe. So, like, Ribaru's just in a jacket and she has this nice fluffy skirt to go with a more soft appearing personality. Something to keep her warm enough but still like cool enough in a fall temperature. I'm not very good at describing this, but if you do notice, I gave her the cute little art hairbands and like a little nose piercing. I don't know if I added that to the piece yet, because it's zoomed out. I gave her like her black belt as like a little tie around her jacket. It did look like an ascot in the initial sketch, and I changed it later. Meanwhile, Osana has like these capris and sneakers, and I knew when I was making her design, I wanted her to have like a crop top thing, sorts. Also, you can totally tell that these designs happened months after each other, because Ribaru looks so much better. You can see I'm fixing her tie here now, kinda. Actually, no, I'm not. I think I was already done. Like, I wanted her to have, like, the wind going through her, and, like, Asana has, like, standoffish nature. I wanted her to be more on the sporty side, although I don't know if she would do sports. Ribaru would definitely be friends with the sports girl, I can't remember her name right now. Asana has much more sharp features, along with her hair. Ribaru has the puffy ones, and I decided that for the storyline, it's, like, also reimagining of sorts, that the guy, the creepy guy, probably on Dev's self-insert, let's be fucking honest, he would be obsessed with a streamer, and Osana would be that streamer. You can see I'm doing it now, I'm making her a little charm, and the little charm has, like, her original color palette on it. I kind of liked that color palette, but it was a bit too clashy for, like, a full human design. So I figured I'd just make that, and then it would be a little charm that she's carrying around instead. And she has, like, blue bows in her hair, her red hair, the redheads, their hair's orange. English language, how I detest you, even though it's my only language. Yeah, you can kind of see Ribaru's initial sketch that she had a shorts on, but you can see here I'm making a skirt instead. Well, actually, that might be the bottom of the jacket. It recorded in stop motion, so it goes a bit too fast for me to tell. But yeah, there's her skirt. And I end up switching her shoes. I should have sketched the shoes beforehand. I'm not sure what I was thinking, just freehanding it, and it kind of looks like ass. But to be fair, the more Mary Jane style shoes did look better on her anyways. They fit her overall cutesy, naive nature she apparently has. And it's a little kitty cat. She likes cats, and I like cats. I have so much fun with that. It turned out so nicely. I should have kept the original file for like the cat charm, because I ended up sizing it down and like going over it with a smaller brush, and see ended up drawing it along there, so I duplicated and erased part of it. That was fun. Yeah, I should have kept the file, or I could have posted with these two. I posted on Osana a bit earlier on my Bluesky. I think I'll just post her again with Ribaru. It'll make it way easier to view them. together. The little gamer cat. Yeah, the guy would be obsessed with the streamer who would actually be Osana, but like she's an undercover streamer, so nobody would know. And such a dark secret. She's a tutorial character, okay? She doesn't need to be that deep. I'm not sure why she has more story than literally everyone else. But yeah, I'm going over it here. It looks so cute and adorable. Also, if you're hearing that noise in the background, that's my heater running. It's cold over here. Oh yeah, she's shaking her fist. She's pissed off to show. Like, I tried to sing songs there also. She's like shaking her fist, but she's showing like her secret like nature, how she's a fighter. I gave her a little stick in her teeth. That it was nice. I had fun with both of them, but I had lot more fun with Ribaru. I think she turned out way better. I think I gave Osana this really cute poop earrings. I think they tied the design together if I remember to keep them in. Again, it's stop motion, the way it records, so it's going really fast. I was initially gonna have like actual gameplay recording to go with these two like fast ones because you know they're phone shaped. But there's the note thing. I tried varying different configurations for it. Thank fucking God my computer in its low storage space said no. Fuck no, I don't want to deal with that. I think maybe my old computer still has the game downloaded somewhere, but I'm too scared to check. It's so broken, it makes me add a new time zone every time. I think the battery's broken. Really heard about that happening with like really old Animal Crossing cartridges on the N64. And that's not even relevant to the video. You see it going in with, again, this, there are the ears. I put both of them on screen, so I'm going through both of them. You can tell that I'm coloring in Raibaru's necktie, her black belt around her neck there. It is important to note that I end up changing the skirt to a dark blue, and in turn I accidentally also turned the necktie into a dark blue, but I do fix it in the post. It does go back to being a dark gray, like a blackish. But it wasn't working with the skirt. It was a bit more cohesive with the dark blue, but again, she's supposed to be a black belt. She's, you know, the person running the entire club. Yeah, I just like again, she's much more muted colors, and I think that looks her character a lot more. If it was a really bright orange here, I tone it back down. I tone it down, I'm pretty certain. Oh, and then starting with Osana. See, I'm using her original palette for the... Did I erase that? No, I guess it was a wrong layering issue. I must duplicate it. That happens a lot when I'm illustrating. Yeah, I think I toned her hair down, unless it just looks way better with the fancy background I made. But yeah, original color, she's going with the really bright orange hair and like cat charm. It's a nice, like, VTuber design, honestly. I need to figure out who designed Osana. They're actually quite talented. It's a bit of a clashy design, but hey, it's supposed to be a bit silly, and it's not their fault they're working with the crazy guy. Yep, I toned her hair down there. She comes together a whole lot nicely, like that. It is really the only default posing I just realized. I need to think of more poses. And then I'm going in there with Osana's outfit. She has much more bright colors. I think it works with their contrast a lot more. Also, they're technically the scene together. I like animated it. Technically, at the end, it's really only PowerPoint effects. But in my reimagining storyline, Ribaru is like in love with Osana. Maybe she's been a Yandere in her own right. But like if instead of doing the suitor storyline, but you keep Osana still alive, like Ribaru could eventually date her at some point, that would be interesting. But again, I can't creep Yandere, like, I can't have gay people in my game. Oh yeah, the goal was a better idea past Mac. Her eye was so lopsided before I fixed it. I definitely took my time with Ribaru better. You can see I'm bouncing from place to place with Osana a lot more. But Osana has darker eyes, Ribaru has lighter eyes. And they kind of look like they're siblings. That was like a thing ahead of time. Like, that was like one of my older headcanons. But like, it didn't really work back when I was still a really big fan of the game. even, like, I know all the issues there, but I still have, like, a sort of, like, place in my heart for this game. So I figured I tried my hand at redesigns. I like watching the redesign videos. I jumped on the bandwagon. But hey, everybody jumps on the bandwagon every now and again. I'm shading the piece. I did not do any lighting. My lighting style is already complicated enough. And these pieces took a couple hours each. Again, I'm drawing this with my finger. So I used to draw on like a school tablet, so those drawings, even though my art wasn't as developed, always looked a bit better. But I drew on those, and even though the art wasn't as like developed, it turned out a bit better. But like again, I didn't do any lighting for them. I think they just turned out adorable in the end. Like they're not anime. Let's be honest. I'm not really an anime art style person. Like mixture of more Western cartoon, but I think they'd be pretty alright solid character designs. Hey, they don't look like they're designed by creeps, because that would not fly as a school uniform anywhere on the planet. Like this whole thing where it's like, oh, girls who have longer skirts look like delinquents. It's like, yeah, extremely long, not like a reasonable like school skirt uniform. It took forever to do this. Shady is like using a visual button and the belt. I gave her a bright pink belt. Where I forget. Osana has a bright pink belt. She needed like more pop color tie back to the fact that she was like a pink and orange character before I brought in like the capris, because they take off a lot more. I think the capris, anyways, a lot more of the illustration. But Ribaru again just is an older version of Osana technically. Like she got redesigned recently. That's a whole other can of worms, where she has a much more softer color palette. She has stronger like Osana, so she doesn't look like a rip-off Osana anymore. But she really needs her own like individuality, even if they are best friends. Of course, Ribaru would also be listening to like phone calls with Stalker and actually doing something about it, like a whole side quest line if you keep her alive. And Ribaru too. Again, she's a tutorial character. I'm not sure why Osana has such deep lore. Then like, I think that's like goes Osana. Like she has nothing going for her. I can't remember anything about the character. But these designs just allow them to like stand out more. That's what they're severely lacking. And again, like the uniforms don't do anything to help because they're crap, and they don't have a lot of customization. And to be fair, that could just be limited models, honestly. But I feel like the characters themselves, as stable designs and appearances, aren't fleshing in really well as characters are supposed to be. And to be fair, especially with Ribaru, I'm not like a sports girl. I don't know anything about martial arts. I'm not even sure if this would like it'd be a nice balance of soft girl and like sports girl. Very much it's gonna be hell if I get to Osarito. It'd be worse when I get teacher character. Jesus Christ. I think they turned out fine. Osana most definitely. She looks like the. Again, I like Ribaru more as like an art piece itself, but Osana's design turned out a bit better. She actually looks like the kind of bratty asshole she's supposed to be. Here I'm making a nice background. I took the background I took from Ribaru and I made it a different color. And now the images are fading away on your screen to get their names, if you can tell. Look at them in all their PowerPoint slide animation glory. As you can see, Osana's like looking at Senpai and Ribaru's stuff, and she likes Osana, but that's not like an actual like Senpai reimagining. Tara left his name. That was just a little image I made for the animation. If you want to see them in full with their like fancy backgrounds, you follow me on my Bluesky and follow me on my Twitter. I'll post them there. I repost those on the Bluesky. I'll do it again. And check the YouTube community tab, and then most of them look better when I'm doing the fast recordings. Alright, goodbye!